Music hustling, ducking the rap task force. Man, I'm just trying to cop my man's a Porsche.
Okay guys, this is going to be a really quick video about reasons why I stay healthy and I think you should stay healthy too. First of all, what does that mean? To me it means that the foods you eat are micronutrient rich, clean foods, bro foods, stuff like that, lots of fruits, vegetables, cutting back on the processed foods. Sugar itself isn't bad in my opinion, but overeating it, especially with desserts, things like that, I don't think is good for you. So my initial reasons stem from both mentally feeling better and physically feeling better. Starting with mentally, like when you stay healthy over an extended period of time, I mean it's hard, like we've all like tried diets, you know, we failed, we try again, you know, it's hard, but when you actually get through it, like believe me, like that feeling of accomplishing your goal and having that whole journey to talk about and going step by step by step by step, like if we just got to the end, like it wouldn't be special, you know. It's that struggle, that willingness to keep going. That's what motivates me. And I think that you accomplishing your goal makes you feel a lot better about yourself in general, and like it's almost like you can take on any challenge, like nothing is too much for you. It's like little successes, like they add on to each other. Like they may not be exactly related, but the confidence you gain from accomplishing one of your goals moves on to the rest. So I think definitely diet for most people is definitely one of your goals, right? I mean, we always look in the mirror, we're not happy with what we see, so we try to improve it. And if we actually get to what we want to be, like that's accomplishing your goal. And accomplishing your goal helps you move on to greater things. It gives you the confidence to move on to greater things. And secondly, more of a physical aspect, like I've found specifically that when I eat clean food, let's say a lot of fruits, for example, you know, all those fructose, all that sugar, bad for you, right? People always tell you, cut down on the sugar. I mean, corn syrup itself is simply fructose from corn. So essentially, if you eat corn, you are already eating fructose. So people always saying, oh, fructose is bad. I mean, in my personal opinion, I think fructose is bad simply just because it's in a lot of processed foods. And one of the reasons why I try to stay healthy is simply for acne purposes. Like I have pretty bad acne, and I'll be honest, like when I used to eat like all these bars, like I would binge eat on random snack bars, you know, like what is it, like chocolate. They have little chocolate chips with the oats and stuff like that. I would just go for it, you know, and I would always break out the next day, like be more depressed, and then I would go out and buy the same thing and try again and again. But I found when I actually ate those whole foods, see, I'm using these words that really essentially mean nothing, but explaining them like this, like it's easier. I don't know how to explain it any better. For example, things like rice is okay, you know, sweet potatoes, lots of vegetables, you know, the typical like bro food. And going off from that, like other health problems, there are some studies that suggest that meat, well, not essentially meat, but we can get into that later. Trans fat causes heart problems, right? And a lot of, I already made a video on trans fat, but a lot of produced factory made food, I'm blanking on the word now, processed foods still contain trans fat, and simply that fact by itself, that means you might potentially have a higher risk of heart failure, heart attack, anything like that. So like even looking at it as simple, just that point of view, you can see that health problems might go away. Obviously not things like genetic diseases like cancer. I don't believe diet can save you from that. But also, like, apart from like the health benefits, like, I also find that I have more energy. Like, I remember I used to do a low carb diet when I thought that was the actual like way to go. Like, I totally believed in it, but I was playing soccer at the time. I had no energy. Like, every practice I would just get I'd always get cramps, especially in my calves, and I couldn't run anymore. Like, I would have to tell my coach, like, I need to sit out, like, I can't run, and I would just eat a lot more potassium, but still, like, that low carb kind of mentality, and it kind of killed me. So, I mean, you'll feel better physically and mentally. I mean, these are just small things, these are my opinion. I mean, maybe you'll find that eating processed food makes you feel better, but I know it definitely doesn't make me feel better. And I think that for a lot of people, I think if you kind of get away from the processed foods and you start eating more healthy food, I mean, what does that word mean? You gotta interpret it yourself. But I mean, for me, it means, you know, whole foods, fruits and vegetables, and lean meat. Okay, and fish. Fish is nice. But I mean, getting back to my topic, because I'm getting very off topic. I think that everyone should stay healthy, I guess, is my point. I mean, you'll feel physically better, you'll function better mentally, your mind will be more clear, especially if you don't have to focus on like, oh, I don't feel good about myself, therefore I can't focus on anything else. Now, if you think of it like that, I think staying healthy, this is just reasons for me, is very important. I mean, I had like depression about like body image in the past, and like I know that cutting down fat definitely helped me at least be more outgoing, not shy, is a big thing. But yeah, those are just some reasons that I found to stay healthy over time, even though sometimes the other foods taste better. Anyways, thanks for listening. Welcome to my outro video. Yo.